I'm just half a mile away from Velindre, that's grey Alders in English, and astonishingly, I'm almost certainly standing on an old pilgrim trail dating back 1500 years. The farm up there is called Velindre, which means mill town, and to this day there is a small settlement of houses around it. We don't know how long there's been a mill here, but I'm standing on the mill race itself. This second bridge is over the Gwinio River, which flows down into St Clair's. And the local council have just been renovating it. It's good to see our money being spent usefully. Down there is the ford, which pilgrims will have used to climb up the hill that we're going to, towards Llanwinio. The route I'm taking will follow this old pilgrim trail up this ancient green lane towards the church of Llanwinio. Once there, we'll turn left, go along the main road, we'll turn left again, go past a piece of modern technology, come through the woods, and we'll end up back where we started. I think there's a lot of nonsense talked about ancient roads, how they were covered with mud, people were wading through them. Well, maybe some were, but the first rule of archaeology is to remember these were people like us. I don't like getting my feet wet, even if I haven't got Wellingtons on, and neither did they. This road is down to the bedrock. The road used to be accessible to traffic, well, at least for a 4x4, but the stream that's running across here has washed most of the road away in this section. The council have a duty to repair it, and in the old days, of course, the people would definitely have kept their road in good order so that pilgrims could get easily up to the monastery, either on foot or with an ox cart maybe. We're passing here by what is almost certainly a quarry. Either they're taking the stone by cart up the road or down the road. Well, we're getting to a bit which is more tarmac now. The farm over there on my right, your left, is called Dan Llan. That means more or less under the church. So we're not quite there yet. It's astonishing to think that 1500 years ago, pilgrims were treading this very route. I think this is my favourite bit of the walk, when we get our first glimpse of Llanwinio Church. Time to go around the front. That's the St Gwinio Hall, Noeth is Welsh for hall, and they couldn't quite get his name right. Over here is St Gwinio's church. Now we're going to notice a very curious thing about this churchyard. And it's this. The churchyard is almost exactly circular. And there's a reason for that. The Iron Age people built their burial sites circular because everybody knows evil spirits lurk in corners. If they made them circular, there was nowhere for them to hide. And the other curious thing is this. The church is built right on top of a hill. This is the highest point for some distance. The Iron Age people like to build their burial sites on a hill. In fact, you can see the clump of trees surrounding the church from Velindre. The church itself is a Victorian construction, but 1500 years ago there was a place of worship here. The Celtic Christians were ruthless. They took over pagan festivals, pagan healing wells, they dedicated those to Jesus, and pagan burial sites. Now St Gwinio had a retreat 3 miles away from here, at a place called Kill Sant, which means the retreat of the saint. And from time to time we take a walk through this little path on the right here, down to where he had his retreat. But today we're going down here on the main road. Yes, those are the Preseli Hills. And this used to be the vicarage. These days the vicar of Llanwinio has about 6 other parishes to look after, and he doesn't live here anymore. Far too posh. Well, that's quite enough tarmac for one afternoon. When we see the sign, we take a left. The holding is called Pant-y-maen. That means the hollow of the stone, or stone hollow. Whether it's those lumps of quartz or not, I don't know. But look, I promised you technology, and there it is. Well, I wonder what St Gwinio would make of our modern communications. Not that the Celtic Christians did not have communications, they were always sailing between Ireland and West Wales and Cornwall and Brittany. But anyway, that's enough mobile phone veneration. Let's get on with our walk. This is the Pant-y-maen farmyard, so we respect that. If there are gates that are closed, we close them. If there are gates that are open, we leave them open. The footpath continues through this gate here. Yes, it is a bit overgrown at the start of this section of the walk, but it soon opens up, and significantly, this would have been a cart track in ancient times, taking the wheat down to the mill at Velindre for milling. For an ancient path to have been a cart track, we're looking for something which is shallow enough to drive an ox cart up, and also, crucially, to be able to brake it when it's going downhill. We're walking now through a lovely bit of deciduous woodland. Brambles propagate by birds eating the blackberries and depositing the seeds wherever they can, but they also propagate by what we call layering. This one's come out here and it's trying to root back into the floor of the forest. I don't like brambles all over my path, so I'm going to move that to one side. This fella's Himalayan balsam. There's no right to be here, really. Some places they pull them up as foreign invaders. Quite pretty though. Now all of a sudden we come into an area planted with pine trees. Complete contrast to the deciduous native trees that we started off with. When we can start to see and hear the river, we know we're getting to the end. Well, we come to the end of the woodland path and now back onto the old Pilgrim's Way. Oh, I think the Ford is running a bit too fast for me today. 1500 years ago though, people were driving ox carts across that. So I hope you'll come down and stay with us at Grey Alders, and maybe we can go on this woodland walk and this Pilgrim's Way together. For me, I think it's time for a cup of tea.